Uh-oh, I think it's time. Hey, everybody, what's going on? It's Thursday. You caught Jesse and I talking about literally
the weather.
Nothing.
What else?
Literally the weather. Hey, how's it going? So we have a lot this week. I know last week was super quick, but this week we have a little bit more going on. Because what we're going to do is we're going to make Cuban, air-fried Cuban sandwiches, right? So maybe you've had a Cuban sandwich before. It's one of those things that there's a lot of different ways to do it. We're going to do it with pulled pork, but we're also going to do the traditional stuff that goes along with it, the pickles, the mayo, and all that kind of stuff. So stick with us. I'm also going to make a quick slaw to go with it. And then, I never used it on Facebook Live.
You did?
I don't think. No, I don't think I did. So
No,
we're gonna
we didn't. You're right.
I don't think we did.
No, I don't think so.
So we're going to use the PowerXL self-cleaning juicer, and I'm going to make a quick sort of, it's kind of a daiquiri. Daiquiri is kind of a weird drink. There's a million different ways to make it.
Can I just say, the juice that comes out of this thing is the juice of the gods.
It is.
It is.
It's so clean and
bizarrely
crisp and
good.
so amazing. And you know what? The kids love it. All the kids love it too, because you know when you put the juice in the blender, and I'll get into this, it has all the pulp, right? A lot of people don't like the pulp. It's hard to digest, but not this. This comes out extracted. It's delicious. All right, so let's get into it. Pulled pork, Cuban sandwiches, air fried with a little slaw. Let's get into the rub first. So this is what we're going to put on our pork shoulder. I got a pork shoulder because you can do pork butt. Just, you want the fattiest piece of pork you can get because that's what makes good pulled pork. All right, this is how we're going to make it. Now, you can dry rub it, but in the air fryer, I love this wet rub, I call it. And I use a mayo base. The mayo base gives the skin and the outside of the meat a really, really nice texture and flavor. So we're going to start with some mayo. And then I'm just going to use some jarred, you don't have to use a lot. I'm going to use a jarred barbecue sauce. I like Stubbs. Not endorsed by Stubbs, but I like Stubbs. It's one of the jarred sauces.
I don't usually use barbecue sauce, but when I do, I use Stubbs.
That's right. We're going to put some parsley in. We're going to put some garlic. A lot of garlic.
Ooh.
Yeah, Jesse likes garlic.
I like garlic.
And then a flavor for the Cuban is, I don't have this open. But let's pretend if I can't get it open. Here we go. Is cumin. I use a lot of cumin. I love cumin. And cumin is a flavor that I think really lends itself well to the Cuban pulled pork sandwiches. And then what we're going to do is we're going to do some ground garlic clove on top of that. We're going to do a little onion powder. So this is a very powerful sort of wet rub, we're going to call it. Of course, we're going to do some salt, and we're going to do a lot of pepper. And you want to salt and pepper the meat as well.
Always.
You've
taught me well.
Don't not do that. And then we're just going to mix it all together. Now, this is just a wet rub. If you can kind of let it marinate in the fridge, that's great, but it's not necessary. That's just kind of being over the top. Sometimes we get over the top, but you don't have to do it. You can put it right into the air fryer. So I'm going to grab my pulled pork. Well, it's not pulled yet. This is just a pork shoulder. I cut it down. Pork shoulders tend to come pretty large, right? And I think you heard my ring going off. I don't know who that is, but they can come in if they want because we're going to have pulled pork.
All right, I might have to answer the door, guys.
Who is it?
It's Pete. Should I let him in?
You can let Pete in. Listen, so I'm going to rub this pulled pork. And if Jesse wants to let Pete in, she can.
No, that's okay. Pete said no. Pete was camera shy.
I lent my friend my truck, and he was dropping it back off to me. Hi, Pete. Hi, Amy. All right, so look, you can see I'm putting a ton of this rub all over the pork shoulder, just like that. I would let it marinate for a bit. It doesn't really matter. You take this, you put it into the air fryer. Now, what's key about doing pulled pork in the air fryer is every 30 minutes or so, when you can remember, you want to flip it. Flip it on all sides. Then what you want to do is cover it when it's done and really, really let it rest for at least a half hour. You can let it rest even longer than that because you want all those juices to settle back in, and then you'll be able to pull it really nicely. We're calling for about 2 hours on this. So, it's It's one of those maybe Sunday things. But once you have pulled pork, you can use it on a lot of different things, like maybe a little on mac and cheese. We'll get into all that. So I'm just going to put this over here. Pretend I put it in the air fryer.
Okay.
All right. Now, while that's air frying, I'm going to make my slaw. And this is just like kind of a classic slaw with a little bit of a Cuban pulled pork sandwich twist. Now again, to keep the flavor profile sort of going, we're going to put a little cumin on our salad. This is just, the bagged coleslaw that you can get in the store. We're going to put a little garlic in here. Now, I like the minced garlic if you're going to use dry for this, but it's okay. Now, we're going to put cilantro in this. A lot of cilantro.
I love cilantro.
I do too.
Gosh.
We're going to do some salt. I'm going to do a pinch of sugar. Some olive oil, just a little bit. We're going to do some mayo. And then you can see you don't have to measure with this, guys. You want to just put a good amount of lime juice. Now, truth be told, I'm not using fresh lime juice because I used my last lime for the daiquiri that I'm going to make later. So this is getting the bottled. You know what? The bottled stuff is good. It's fine for this.
It's actually really good.
It's really good, yeah.
Shockingly good.
Now, I'm just going to give this a quick toss. And you want coleslaw to marinate as long as you can because you want to break down that cabbage with the acid from the, in this case, the lime juice. A lot of cases it's vinegar, but you could smell the cumin and the pepper and the garlic and the onion powder and the cilantro really come out. It's a really fresh slaw. Try to let it go for a half hour if you can. You want to do that. If not, it's fine. Just going to be a little extra crunchy. I like when my cabbage breaks down just a little bit. So we're going to put this off to the side. Now, I cooked my pulled pork. I let it rest, okay? And this is what it looked like when we were done. So I pulled it. Now, I decided you guys didn't want to see me do this. You didn't want to watch me do this.
It's laborious.
Yeah, it's not fun to watch. But what I did is I did add a little bit extra barbecue sauce just to keep it nice and moist. So this is what we're going to use for our sandwiches right here. So I'm just going to put this guy over here. And then we're going to get into the making of the Cuban pulled pork sandwich, which we're going to air fry. And of course, we're going to, maybe put a little bit of a twist on it. So crunchy baguette, that's what Jess picked up today. I said, get whatever roll you want. This is what she picked up. So this is what we're going to use. Now, when you cut, if you do use a baguette, try cutting it, sort of all the way through. And then what I want you to do is I want you to kind of have one side a little bigger than the other. We're going to open this. This is a really crusty baguette. It's actually even hard to get through. It's that good.
I like
That's
it.
what you want.
I like it.
Now, on the thicker side, what I'm going to do, I know this is like almost sacrilegious, but I'm going to take a little bit of the bread out in here because I want more room for pulled pork. Is that a bad thing?
No.
You can give this to the birds. That's okay. They like that, right? So now we're going to take the pulled pork and we're going to put it in the well that I just made. Look at this. This is the start of our Cuban air-fried pulled pork sandwich. Don't skimp. Do not skimp. If you're making a sandwich, make a sandwich.
Yeah.
As a lot of my friends call it, a sandwich. All right. So I'm going to smash this down, get it right into that well, that bread. Push that aside. Now what are we going to do? We're going to add the ham. Don't skimp on the ham. I folded it over and I'm going to put it right on top of the pulled pork. Then what we're going to do is we have these delicious pickle slices. Those are going to go right on there. I try to kind of leave room in the middle just because we're going to cut it there eventually.
You're planning ahead, Mr. C.
That's right. And then I like my cheese melted on top of the pickle. That's just a weird thing that I like. You guys don't have to do it that way. But of course, we're going to double up the cheese.
Everybody has an opinion.
Everybody has an opinion. All right. So then what we do is we take some Dijon mustard. Now, if Dijon mustard is fantastic. And I always joke around. We always say pass the Grey Poupon Dijon. And you know what? Grey Poupon is sort of like the Heinz ketchup of Dijon mustard. I don't know, it's just kind of like classic and easy. You want to put that mustard on. It's not a Cuban sandwich without it, as far as I'm concerned. And then we're going to put mayo on this as well, like this. Now, that'll kind of smash down when I put it on top. But then we're going to flip it over, and we're going to take it one step further because I can't help myself. So what we're going to do is on top of the bread, we're going to add mayo because we're going to air fry it. We're also going to add a little bit more of the Dijon.
Okay. This was not in the script.
I know. I flipped the script, Jess.
Yeah.
Because what I decided was while we're air frying this, why not add flavor to the top of the sandwich as well?
Why not?
Right? Now, if you weren't air frying this, you could never eat the sandwich this way. But guys, don't skip this step because flavoring the bread and then air frying it is going to take it to the next level. I promise.
I believe you.
Okay, so now this goes on to the air fryer rack. You air fry it for about, maybe 10 minutes. You'll see. You'll know when it's done. So I'm just going to put this off to the side. Pretend I put that in the air fryer now. So now I'm going to go over to my pulled pork sandwiches that I did air fry. This is the PowerXL Air Fryer Pro. It's got multiple racks. There's a lot of room in here to do multiple things. I could have made 3 racks of these sandwiches. Now look at the flavor I put on top.
Oh, yes.
That is going to be worthy.
That's why your food always tastes better than my food. You do trickery.
It's trickery, yes. Yes, it is, but it's easy trickery. Oh, cheese pull.
Oh.
Cheese pull, that's the Swiss. Ah, come on, Jess.
I'm a bad camera girl.
Yeah, that's the cheese. I like that part. That's mine. I love it. I'm going to put this over here. That's another sandwich. I know Cameron was eyeing this up. Now look at this. You could see the Swiss. You could see the pulled pork, the ham, the pickles. They're all in there, you guys. And then I'm just going to... Oh, you hear that? That is an air-fried sandwich extravaganza right there. Look at that. Oh, you guys. Come on.
Oh, come on, man.
Pulled pork.
How am I going to diet
ham,
now?
Swiss, Dijon mustard, mayo, all going together with this beautiful slaw. Now, I'm just going to put this right here. We're just going to make it right on the cutting board like that because I think that it's a messy thing. It should be messy to eat. And then, meanwhile, did you guys know that my nickname for Jessie is Messy Jessie? So we'll leave one full. We have one cut so you can see the inside. Beautiful. Anything that falls out of the sandwich
is for the chef.
That's right. And what do you think, you guys?
Amazing.
But we're not done.
Okay, but wait. We have some questions.
Oh, okay.
All right. Somebody asked, David Ecker said, now that's a sandwich.
Yeah.
Terry Profitzik said, oh my gosh, I want one. Joanne Francis said, those look so good. Manic Mark said, is this his sandwich? And then Victoria McElwain said, wow, great idea. 10 Color Pen said, sorry, Eric, I don't have faith. I think that's when you put the mayo on top.
Oh, come on, 10 Color.
Now he does.
Come on, 10. Oh, does he?
I'm sure he does now.
Look at the top of this bread, 10 Color. Come on.
Come on, man.
Come on, there's 10 colors in there, Mr. Penn.
And then somebody asked they don't like Swiss. What other kind of cheese?
Oh, just use whatever cheese you like. You can use cheddar, American. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I mean, a classic Cuban sandwich is Swiss. But, it's one of those sandwiches. There's a million ways to make it. Make it your own.
John Heyman is here from YouTube and said he needs this.
Dude, everybody needs this, John. Yeah. Everyone needs this in their life.
Yum.
I know I do.
A lot of yums. Yums. We have a lot of love here for the sandwich.
Well, wait. We need something to drink with the sandwich, right? And I promised everyone. I haven't used the juicer in any of the Facebook Lives, any of the cooking shows. I don't know why. It's just like something that we haven't done. So I'm going to turn that on. What we're going to do is we're going to make a daiquiri. And like I said, daiquiris are kind of a weird thing. Like if you look up a recipe for a daiquiri, there's not like a classic way to do it. Honestly, there probably is. But what we're going to do is we're just going to make a fruit martini. We're going to call it a daiquiri, right? Because it sounds good. So my daiquiri is going to include raspberries, limes, and grapefruits.
Wow.
Now, this is going to be really, really pungent. If you want to, you could add a little sweetness to the shaker at the end, but you don't have to. Of course, you can always add rum or tequila, whatever you like, maybe some vodka. That's your call. So now we're going to do, with the PowerXL juicer, it's really cool because it's got a self-cleaning feature. And we can get into that another day, but it's a very cool feature to have with extraction juicers. Now, extraction juicers are cool because you don't get any of the pulp. Now, you can use the pulp, but you don't have to. You can use the pulp for baking, or maybe you want to spread it on some bread or something like that. It's really good. But look how beautiful that juice is when it comes out.
I can smell the fresh fruit from here.
Yeah,
literally, I'm not joking.
It's so good.
Like the raspberries are in the air right now.
So then it's got this cool little feature where you can turn this up so you don't drip on your counter. I like that. Because regular juicers just drip all over the place.
That's true.
So now I can take my juice. I'm going to pour it right into my shaker. Here's where I would add perhaps some something sweet, like a simple syrup or a vodka. You get to pick the liquor. Just use your imagination. But I love to shake a martini, and then I just put it in a nice, pretty martini glass like this. Yeah, it's a daiquiri martini, and look how beautiful that is.
Wow.
All right, so I'm going to bring this over. Look at that. This is all 100% fresh fruit.
That's unbelievable.
And when you use the PowerXL juicer, it's got a self-clean feature, which if you've used extraction juicers before, you will be very happy with this one.
That looks amazing.
So I don't know what could be better than this.
Oh my gosh.
Maybe if we had some mac and cheese or something,
me.
or I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. I can't think of anything. But this sandwich is going to get housed as soon as this is over because I've been thinking about it all day.
LaDon Burnt said, try it with provolone.
Yeah, provolone would be great.
That would be good.
Absolutely. It's a nice pungent cheese.
And Cheryl Bull said she uses spicy brown mustard because she doesn't care for the Dijon.
Spicy brown is fantastic. I mean, I grew up with Goulden's spicy brown mustard.
Goulden.
So that's another classic.
We have Terry Profizich said drink comes first, not last.
Yeah, but I wanted my martini icy cold.
10 Color Pen said cilantro is cool, but cats are better. Remember last week?
Yeah.
Joanne Francis said, yum, love coleslaw.
Yeah, this is a good coleslaw. It's very simple, and you'll like the lime juice with the sandwich.
Yeah, and I told you Manic Mark claimed that daiquiri, so don't touch it. Bob Flagel said, that looks good. We have tons of people saying yummy, yummy. Melissa Kiebert's here.
Hey, Melissa Kiebert.
She said, ha, Pete was at the door.
I know, that was hysterical.
That was hysterical. I should have made him come
I know, I wish my door was open.
I should have made him come in camera.
That would have been funny.
Nancy Baker's here from Mobile, Alabama.
Hey, Nancy in Mobile.
She said she's been eyeing that juicer, and now she's...
Good to see it.
You might be pushing her over the edge.
It's great. It works. I mean, not to have the pulp. A lot of people, are using blenders for juicing, which, hey, however you get the juice inside of you is great. But when you don't have the pulp, it just goes down. It's so clean.
I know.
I like it.
I know. 10 Color Pen. My dad grew up in Cuba and talks about the sandwiches there.
Oh, wow. Well, hey, you know what? I hope you'll try it. And you know what? Let me know what you think.
He said, we all want to see your cats. Where are they? But I don't know where they are, actually.
It's weird. Normally as soon as we start this, they all come and watch, but...
They don't like Cuban sandwiches?
I guess not. That's because they're Maine Coons. All right, you guys, we did a lot today. We made some Cuban sandwiches. We air fried them. 10 Color Pen wasn't sure about the flavoring on the outside of the bun, but I think we turned them around. Please do that if you're making this. You will not regret that step. We made a delicious, quick slaw to go along with our sandwiches. And then, of course, we used the PowerXL juicer to make a delicious, very clean daiquiri, fresh fruit. I'm just saying.
It's Manic Mark.
I'm just saying, Manic.
That's not cool, Eric.
I might have to make you another one. This is
right.
really good. And I'm not going to say that maybe it shouldn't have a little extra
something
libation inside. But anyway, I will see you guys next Thursday. Thanks for joining me.